So, ladies, if a man offered you $6,000 to pee on him, would you do it? Let's talk about it. My name is Brandon Keith Avery, and this is just my opinion. Hey, what's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Just My Opinion for my Atlanta Season 3, Episode 10, season finale titled Tarrare. Yo, Tarrare was a real person? Wow, they gotta stop biting these better shows, though. Guys, I just want to let you know that this is going to be a spoiler-filled recap. I'm going to spoil this episode up, down, left, right, in, and out. As if you've already seen it, you have been warned. And if you happen to like the video, please go ahead and give me that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, helping me reach 40,000 subscribers. And you can also follow me on social media. Those links are down in the description box below. But guys, we finally made it. We are season 3, episode 10 of the season finale. I thought the last episode, Rich Wigger, Po Wigger, was not only the best episode of the season, but also of the entire series. And I was really anticipating this season finale. Like, wow, are they really going to stick the landing? I really hope they do. This season has been a mix with just random, one-off episodes, and then episodes where it has to do with the cast that we know and love going all the way back from the beginning of the show. Sometimes they work. I didn't really care for the reparations episode. I thought that caused too much confusion. But like I said, the last one, Rich Wigger, Po Wigger, I thought that was phenomenal. But with this one right here, I knew going in that it had a lot to do with Van, with Zazie Beetz. I like her. She's been tripping this whole season so far, just with all of her randomness. I mean, she's popping up here, she's popping up there. At one point in time, I was like, did she actually sleep with Darius when she was going to get some ice? I think that was like in episode 2. I would have quit the show. She's pushing people in pools randomly. She's stealing, taking advantage of hotel rooms and all types of stuff. I mean, she's all over the place. And so with this episode right here, it starts out with actually not her, with another actress that was on Atlanta back in season 2, and that is Miss Adrienne Ray. Yes, if you know her, she was on Atlanta in season 2, episode 7, titled Champagne Poppy. This was a good episode. It was the house party where Van and all of her homegirls wanted to show up to their party at that mansion to try to take pictures of Drake, so they can post it to their Instagram and get more followers and all that good stuff. It was a good episode. I liked it. I remember in that episode that Candace, she was the one that was linking up with DJ, and then she left her friends. She left Van and them to go to T-Pain's party. And it's quite interesting because at the very beginning of this episode where we see Candace confronting Van, and Van has this giant baguette in the back of her backpack. It's hard as hell, and of course we're going to be talking about that. There was definitely a character shift between both characters, I can tell. Because when you go back to season 2, episode 7, Champagne Poppy, Candace was the more free-spirited. She just seemed like she was more outgoing, party girl, like I want to have fun, let's turn up. While in that episode, Van was a little bit more reserved. She was chilling, not really having a good time, more concerned with her phone. She kept talking about Lottie a lot, and the other girl was like, no, we don't want to talk about Lottie. We want to talk about licking and sticking and all that stuff, And so now this is a completely different tone from both characters. Candace now seems like the one that's most reserved. She grew up, she's matured a bit. I don't know exactly how much time has passed, but then, Van in this episode, she's the one that's wilding out, not really, thinking about the decisions she's making and the consequences that are tied into that. She just kind of winging it. Seems like she just completely abandoned her old life and is trying to take on another one. And it's quite interesting and fascinating. Candace is like, girl, what's going on? I know you. Why you acting like this? Why do you have an accent? This doesn't make any sense. And I'm just saying to myself, yeah, this does not make any sense. What's going on? Why is Van doing all of this? And I don't know exactly how much time passed by, because when they go back to the apartment, they're like, okay, hey, let's catch up on all this good stuff. And mind you, Candace is there to pee on somebody. They found that out before she went and approached Van, just like, hey, I'm over here on some business. This dude wants me to pee on him for $6,000. And I'm just like, hey. Now, usually, guys, when it comes to any type of sexual activity in the bedroom, I'll say something like, hey, you are who you are. You like what you like. Whatever you do in the bedroom is your own personal business. And I feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody shame you on what you like to do in your private time. But this right here is gross. I just have to be honest with you. Pissing on somebody, you know, that I've heard people say, well, hey, if you're with somebody for a long time or you're married, you know, you want to spice things up. I don't think I can ever be like, I want you to pee on me, you know, especially if I'm paying you to do it. You know what I'm saying? Now, if somebody gave me $1 million, you know, still, that's pee. But anyway, I don't want to get too sidetracked. But yeah, ladies, let me know in the comment section. Have you ever been flew out to piss on a brother? I'm curious. You can just say yes or no in the comment section. You don't got to give all the details and all that. But yeah, we're going to talk about the pee-pee party later on. But anyway, you got your girl, I forgot their names. It was Shanice and Nosa. I think Shanice was the darker skinned one. The other one kind of like Brandy Norwood a little bit. I was like, that just really does look like Brandy. But anyway, when they go back to the house, I was just saying to myself, I don't know exactly how much time passed by because Van has been over here for quite some time because she's featured in a magazine on the cover in the centerfold. So I'm like, okay, you don't been over there unless you just got the best game in the world to where you can just book deals like this and that. I don't know, like you have been over there for some months at least. But later on in the episode, she was telling when she came to, she was telling Candace that when she was driving in Atlanta a couple of weeks ago. Now she may have lost track of time and been tripping. I don't know, but we also have some more visual cues because when they're in the apartment, you see that her phone is going off and she has 2 phone calls or missed calls or notifications from Ern, her boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, father of her child, and also her mom. And from Ern, I think it was 18 missed calls and mom 21. And so I'm thinking, okay, if she's been gone for a couple of months or maybe a year or so, she's going to have much more, notifications than that. If it's a couple of weeks or a couple of days, that kind of makes sense. But this is just really weird right now, like exactly what's going on. Because at one time she said 2 weeks, but she's featured in the magazine, But I'm confused right now. I'm at this point, I'm not really feeling the episode. I'm liking Candace because she is looking good, she is kind of fine, but I don't know what's going on right here, and it's kind of bothering me. And Candace is like, hey, let's go catch up back here. She picks up a picture and like, who is this? Oh, that's Marcel. We've been dating for quite some time. You'll probably meet him later. And I'm just like, okay, this is what's going on right here. But right after this, they get on the scooters and she still has the baguette, which was weird. And now she's going over Alex's house. He's playing some Ashanti and all this stuff and like, hey, come on in. Let's have a good time. Hey, let's take our clothes off and get naked. And that's just kind of weird. But Van is just living this different life. She just like, screw it. I'm just going to do what I want to do. She's playing these games, throwing coke everywhere. And I'm like, where are you getting these joys from? Like you had to be over here for quite some time just to be moving around like this with so much confidence. Like, I'm just confused. I'm like, okay, how is this going to tie back into Ern and the rest of the show? I'm really flabbergasted right here. Just kind of lost. Like, why is she just really taking on this new persona? And, Candace is like, hey, how long you been smashing, Alex Skarsgård? Stellan Skarsgård. I forgot the exact name. She's like, I really would appreciate you not asking me questions like that. He's really personal about his sex life. And we come back outside. This dude, I'm thinking that, I'm like, whoa, okay, they going to get naked. But no, he don't want to get naked. He got some cheap dollar store leopard cheetah print Speedo pants on. And, he's hot and bothered. He's probably high as well. Talking about, oh, Vanessa, you're cold. And she goes downstairs and proceeds to, I'm like, at first I'm thinking she's going to have the receptionist or the door lady or whatever call the cops. But she's like, no, run upstairs. We like playing little games like this. That's just what we do. It's weird. Now, things get a little bit more weird right now because they go to these apartments. And it's funny because I think Candace or Shanice was like, hey, this looks like Candyman. And she goes up to another scooter, opens up a cooler, and the package is not there. We don't know what the package is at this time, but she's saying that Emilio fucked them. Now, we're going to find out who Emilio is in just a little bit. But right now, Candace is panicked, as she should be, because all of this is random and it's not making no goddamn sense. I don't know if I would have stuck her in this long. I could just abandon my friend. Like, okay, hey, man, what do you need help with? But we start hearing people yell out, Tarrare. And I don't know. I didn't know what that means. That's the name of the episode. Those gentlemen come over and she's like, hey, it is what it is. She starts pulling out like a cigarette. I'm like, how long have you been over here to establish all these relationships with these people in the streets too, at that. And they call her to, and one of the girls is like, why do they keep calling you Tarrare? And that is the name of the episode. It's Tarrare, sometimes spells Tarrare, was a French showman and soldier noted for his unusual appetite and eating habits, able to eat vast amounts of meat. I went a little further, and they said that at one time he ate meat that was enough for 15 people. And of course, this is going to come back towards the end of the episode, but you know, at the start of the French coalition, Tarrare joined the French Revolutionary Army, where even quadruple the standard military ration was unable to satisfy his large appetite. He would eat any available food from gutters and rubbish heaps, but his condition still deteriorated through hunger. He was hospitalized due to exhaustion and became the subject of a series of medical experiments to test his eating capacity, in which among other things, he also ate meat intended for 15 people in one sitting. He ate live cats, snakes, lizards, puppies, and swallowed eels whole without chewing. This is disgusting. And why they are calling her Tarrare, I guess because she's trying to go around and collect hands, the package that Emilio, and she's like, Tarrare is the one that ate the baby. This is weird as hell, but you know, we look in the background and the guy backs over this other guy with the club, beats the window out. They get out fighting. The other gentlemen run over there to help. We don't know what side they're on exactly. And then Van hightails it out of there, and then the rest of the girls have to follow, and they go down the subway. I don't know what's going on at this time right here, but they go and they find Emilio. She's about to get ran over by a car, and Candace is trying to stop her, but they go in there. And Carlos was like, hey, Emilio will be happy to see you. She goes in there and charges this dude up. Again, how long has Van been over there to establish all these relationships with all these people? I just really have to know. But she's like, hey, bro, where is the package? Okay, you tripping? I don't want to play no games. Where is the goddamn package? Where is the package? And she proceeds to pull the baguette out and threaten this man. Carlos over here like, whoa. Guys, everybody get out. She done like she done put out a samurai sword or something. It's a baguette. Now, how many people let baguettes stay? I had a baguette the other day from Panera Bread. Hey, I was talking to somebody and maybe watch this video about Panera Bread and baguettes as well. And so let me know if you're here in the comment section. But yeah, they can get pretty rough. I've never let one sit out for about 6 months. But apparently she done had this thing sit out for like a millennia, because that thing is harder than the steel baseball bat from Terminator 2 Judgment Day. It's crazy. And she just proceeds to beat the hell out of this dude. I'm like, what is going on? At this point, guys, I'm so confused. Like, what happened to Van? Is this invasion of the body snatchers? You know, did the multiverse open up and then this is secret invasion with the scrolls are coming through, taking over? I don't know what's going on. Like, Van is really beating somebody. Like, I'm like, is she about to kill this man with a piece of bread? This is wild as hell. Like, what is going on? Like, she was crazy. I'll get you another package. That's what Amelia said. No, I want one today. Open your mouth. Either you're going to open your mouth to tell me where the package is, or you're going to get this in your mouth. Talking about the baguette. I'm like, Jesus Christ. But he tells her where it is, and it's over there in the vase, and it's a hand. And I'm just like, okay, what's going on? I don't get it. Now, even before they walk into this museum, I noticed in the background that there was posters of Paperboy and on the wall. So that's pretty cool right there. That kind of just circles back around. But now they're going to this party. And of course, the two homies, the cousins, they want to kick it. But Candace is like, no, we cannot stay for dinner because they was invited for dinner. Like, there's something wrong with Van right now. We just have to figure it out. But your boy Alex comes downstairs, says, hey, you really effed me back there. Don't ever do that again. And Van just spits in his face. Like, I don't understand how she has all these. She got a relationship with Alex. She got a relationship at this house. She got one with Marcel. She got one with people in the streets calling her Tarrare. She got a relationship with everybody, and this is weird. But she goes down there, and she just meets Marcel, and they're starting to cook food. She gives him the package, which is the hand. This dude started braiding it up or whatever. And then the two cousins go over here and start sitting down at the table. And like, hey, this is not no shame. We finna eat this delicate food right here, and it's gonna be nice and delicious and all that hot jazz. But we don't want you to look at it. We want you to put a napkin over your head. Man, no. I would have ran and jumped over the building and turned my Batman cape on to fly the hell out of there, because ain't no way. I would have thought I was in some type of cult sitting blood sacrifice, and I don't want no part of that. This is weird. Why I gotta put a napkin over my head? I'm in a foreign land too. Don't know what's going on, but yeah. But I do like this. Going back down to Candace. Candace just started asking all those probing questions, like, because this is not going to make any sense. Like, okay, how are you going to get money? What about your parents? Are they going to get married? Are you going to have more children? And he's talking about the money. She's like, well, I am working right now. Okay, well, what about Lottie? Well, I'm going to bring Lottie with me. Okay, and then you're going to feed her hands. And then it's like, Van just snapped and lost it and just started screaming and hollering. And she came to, where's throwing plates everywhere. Old dude runs out. I like that Candace didn't run away. She just kind of stayed there. And Van is tripping like, where's Lottie? Where's Lottie? Oh my gosh, where's Lottie? And it's like she just snapped out of it. And it cuts to a scene to where they're talking on a bench at nighttime. Also, real quick, I just got to say, after Van spit on Alex, he was going in the bathroom and started jacking off, and he was really struggling. It's just really crazy to some of the things that people are into. But back to the bench. Well, actually, before the bench, the two girls realize they're eating hands and then run the hell out of here. Now, I'm thinking that them eating the hands has to do with Tarrare, because he had unusual eating habits, so maybe that was his crib. Maybe that was the woman that was hosting the event that was giving all the instructions. But I'm assuming that the Tarrare and the hands, this package has to, either the eating of the hands and all that has to do with Tarrare of the title of the episode. I don't know. It's just really weird to me and interesting. You guys let me know. But the things get serious. We finally get the real Van. And this is where she says that 2 weeks ago, everything just got dark for her. She doesn't know who she is. She was driving on the road. She closed her eyes, and when she opened her eyes up, that she was on the other end of the road. Okay, she could have died, especially what if Lottie was in the car and that she went to go pick her up and Lottie was staring at her like she knew what happened. Now, I'm glad that Van realized that she needs some type of help and that she has a support system, her mom, and also Ern, who I understand is in Lottie's life. I mean, there was a couple. And so, yeah, if you're doing suicidal actions like that, you don't need to be around your child. You do need to get yourself together. I'm not a parent. I can only imagine how difficult and stressful it could be. But at the same time, it's not like she's doing this herself. I would be more understanding if she had nobody to lean on and she had like 3 kids with no money or something like that. But she has her mom and she also have Ern. And so I got to be honest, I want to be sympathetic for her character. But at the same time, this is extremely irresponsible. You can't just, I know life sucks, but you just can't drop your life like that. You just can't. I mean, and that's one thing, you are living a completely different identity. Mind you, if Ern would have did this or any other black male, he would be drugged through the streets, Captain Dusty, rightfully so. I'm not trying to make any excuses for a man doing it. That's pathetic. You can't just abandon your life like that when you have responsibilities. So it's never okay for a man to do it, but a woman as well. I'm just saying, I mean, like, it was a nice touching moment, but Candace was there trying to be there for her, crying and stuff. But I'm saying, would a male have got the same type of empathy, sympathy? I doubt it. I'm just saying, if a man does that, that's despicable, but it's the same for a woman. And I'm just like, I mean, I'm glad that Lottie is getting, she's in a safe place right now, but it is what it is. All right, so we're at the end of the episode right here where Candace and Van are talking, and as she's just opening up and expressing herself, she says that she has to be like Emily because Emily has everything together. And at first I didn't catch. I had to get some help. So Tarrare with Reviewz TV, thank you so much for helping me out. But this is an older movie that came out in 2001, and you see Amelia, you see the hairstyle right here. This is exactly what Van had a hairstyle like. And basically, I haven't seen this movie, but this is just about escapism, escaping in life and just doing whatever you want. And, everybody knows what escapism is. So apparently that's what Van was doing in this episode, just trying to escape and get away from her life. And so that is the Amelie reference that they was talking about right there. But, they said, hey, let's get out of here, and they leave. Now, what's funny is, as the episode ends, I forgot her name, Shanice, I guess she just meets some random guy, and she gonna get paid. And, she's like, can I, offer you something to drink, some cheese, some grapes? She's like, no, let's do it. I had 2 bottles of something. This woman goes and pisses the ocean all on his face. I'm like, goddamn. I even timed it, y'all, because it was so long. I think it was 47 47 minutes and 39 seconds is just how long she pissed on his face. And I'm like, this is so gross. And I'm like, all that pee, I'm sure it got on the carpet. Why don't y'all want to do this in the bathtub? It's not that romantic? I guess, well, but this is nasty. Like the cleanup, I know you put a tarp down, bruh, but you still gonna make a mess. And he just couldn't take it no more. She had 2 bottles and was just letting him have it. Stop. And then it went to credits. I was like, this is gross and hilarious at the same time. But I was like, that's an interesting way to end the episode and make me laugh. But as far as the season finale is concerned, I don't know how I feel about that. You guys can let me know. And then we have a post-credit scene. Let's talk about the post-credit scene. Earn gets a call, and somebody takes a bag out of a car and then, hits him up. Hey, are you Mark Evans? And it's like, yeah, here's your bag, sign for it. This is not my bag. I know this is not my bag. Goes upstairs and looks at, and there's a Deftones shirt in there. We do know who Deftones is. That is a band. Also pulls out some pills and then a picture. I don't know who this man is in this picture. I don't know who the family is. It doesn't really make sense to me, but let me know if it makes sense to you. And I was entertained, especially when Van started coming to and was just like, hey, I don't know what I want to do with my life. But for this to be the season finale to wrap all this up, and for episode 9, Rich Wigger Po Wigger, to be so dang good, this is a little disappointing, somewhat of a letdown. I think I understood majority of all the references, but still, I just kind of felt like I wanted more, and this just was really random to me. Like, I don't know. You guys can rip me up in the comment section if you like, but I just kind of wanted more. And again, like I said, this was just too random for me. So, guys, that is the season finale for Atlanta season 3, titled Tarrare, starring Adrian Ray from Champagne Poppy, season 2, episode 7. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section, whether you liked this episode, whether you didn't, whether you're on the fence, whether you got all the references or not, and if there was any Easter eggs or plot points that I left out, please leave them in the comment section below. Let's get this conversation going and keep it flowing. But guys, that is just my opinion, and I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you did like the video, please go ahead and give me that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, helping me reach 40,000 subscribers. And if you subscribe to my channel, you're going to get movie reviews, spoiler movie reviews, a weekly movie news roundup show, Atlanta, which we're talking about right now. We Own This City, Halo, Young Justice season 4, and I also just did Moon Knight and trailer reactions as well. May even get an interview. You just have to tune in to see. I'm always talking about new shows that come out that just come and go, come and go. But guys, again, I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that my name is Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just my opinion. Peace.